Hey guys, so I'm back. Sorry about that. And exactly, my husband called me. I declined him the first time. I thought he was going to remember what happened, but he didn't. He called me back again. I declined him again. He called me back again, and my recording stopped. And my phone tells me if the person calls back again, your recording will stop. So I'm sorry. It's going to have to be. This is going to have to be another two-parter. I apologize, guys. So I'm washing my hands, and the black lady is like, you don't have to accept that. And I'm like, she's pointing because I had the oxygen bag on at the time, the one that didn't work for me. And I was like, yeah, I know. I said, I've been looking into alternatives and things like this. So it was so weird because when everything I was trying to figure out, she told me. Let me just tell the story. So um she was like, yeah, she was like, I was testing you. And I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, yeah, I wanted to see how you was going to respond because if I said to you, you don't have to accept this and you went into this whole pity party thing, I was just going to let you have your little pity party. But because the way you responded, I get it. Like, I see that we're on the same page, right? So the lady starts telling me about how she used to take care of all these people and this, that, and the other. And then one day she had this spiritual awakening and she learned how to love herself first, right? So she was like, yeah, I don't talk to a lot of people about this because people think that I'm crazy. And I understood exactly what she meant because when I start finding out about my spiritual awakening, I started telling people and I started realizing that people were like, this girl is crazy. She needs to be 302. Something's wrong. And of course, usually when you're having a spiritual awakening, that's the type of backlash you will get. And it always says when you go through a spiritual awakening, please be mindful that you're going to lose a lot of people. You're going to lose a lot of friends. You're going to lose a lot of family because everybody is not in tune with the universe. Everybody doesn't get it. So we're sitting there, we're having a conversation, and everything she's saying to me, she's confirming to me that I'm on the right track, right? So that's how God works, or the divine or source, or however you want to work. He will send people in your life when you're stuck, right? So the lady's talking to me and I'm like, yep, I get it. I said, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about. She started talking to me about YouTubers she watched, and then I started talking to her about spiritual YouTubers that I watch. And she was like, well, the people that you found, those people are for you. And the people that I found, those people are for me. And that's exactly what it is. Because remember I said about the spiritual awakening, your spiritual awakening is a unique individual experience. It's not like everybody's spiritual awakening is the same. Now, of course, when you sorry, I just want to make sure I wasn't covering my mic. When you do have a spiritual awakening, you guys will have similar experiences, but it will still be individualized. So the lady's talking to me. I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly what she's talking about. She's looking at me. She's like, yes, I found somebody like me. So I'm like, yeah, I got to this point in my life with my spiritual awakening, and now I'm stuck. And I swear to God to you, the lady stepped up to me and she whispered in my ear and she said, start working on your manifestation. Manifestation is another step in your spiritual awakening. Manifestation deals with your thought pattern, being careful about how you think and the words that you use. Remember that I said words are powerful. So once you speak them, you can't take them back. So being conscious and mindful of things like that, right? Because you can make things happen for you if you are genuine and you're not using it for like greed and things like that. So I was like, okay, I get it. I'm supposed to start working on my manifestation. So remember I talked about the meditation app that I use, the Insight Timer. They have works for manifestation. So I was doing this one course with it was like a 4-day thing. You listen to day number 1, day number 2, day number 3. Matter of fact, the person is Kenneth Source. I love him. He's really, really good. And a lot of the manifestation works happen while you're asleep. So that's why I said when we're talking about spiritual stuff, be careful, because you don't want to be sitting up there asleep listening to something that you don't agree with or doesn't agree with your soul. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. So yeah, I was using the Insight Timer app, and I was having a situation going on in my life. I was waiting for my disability to come through. I was without an income for over 6 months, and instead of me being upset about it and like, oh my God, having a pity party, I went through that at first, but then I realized that I had to change the way that I thought and the way that I handled it. So what I was doing, I was saying, my money is on the way. My money is on the way. I'm sure of it. My money is on the way. I started thinking about it that way as well. And lo and behold, my money came exactly. You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't like I needed the money to be greedy. It was just something that I needed. And God or the divine or source knew that, right? So I always tell my kids, be careful what you say. I try to be careful about saying I don't feel good, because again, your words are very powerful. I don't want to say, how like I say about the premonition I had, the premonition said, or the dream said that I was going to only be here for however long. I'm not going to speak those words into existence, because I don't want that to come true. That's why you hear me making plans about traveling and being with my grandchildren and things like that, because I plan on being here and I can make that happen, I believe, if I just think about it, be genuine, open-hearted, be very humble, and speak it into existence. And if you think about it, again, I am a Christian, and we talk about speaking things into existence. That's the same thing as manifestation. It's the same exact thing. So yeah, guys, I already talked enough. So yeah, I just want to, cause it seemed like I just stopped. So after I found out what I was going through, what did I do? I just kind of sat back, start reading, researching. I have a lot of books. One is called Wake Up. I have a lot of Christian books that deals with it. I have a lot of all kinds of books. Yeah, so I'm working on my manifestation piece right now. Um, yeah, I mean, it's amazing the amount of YouTubers that I have discovered by accident, um, who had the same experience as me. And I really love that aspect, because when you first start going through a spiritual awakening, you feel alone. And a lot of people are going to look at you like you're crazy, and you're not going to have the support you need. So YouTube is a resource. Please use it. But be careful. Be very, 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 very careful. The other thing that I've been experiences is synchronicities. Now, this is something that I've always experienced in my life, but I didn't know exactly what it meant. Sorry, y'all. Like, one of the biggest numbers that I see is 222. 222 is very symbolic for me, because my great grandmother, I was very, 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 very close with her. And when she passed away at 2:22 in the morning. So I see that number every day, and I've seen that number every day since the day she passed away, which was well over 10 years ago. So when I see that number, I acknowledge, hi, Grandma, I'm Sarah. I know that's you watching over me, and thank you. My grandma, Linda, the person who raised me, my hero, my other mother, I love her tremendously. I can tell when she's around me, because she starts messing with my clocks in my house. Or like, say I'll be like, I'm yelling at one of my kids about something, she'll flick on the TV, make something fall, something like that. So when you talk about your spiritual awakening, you have spirit guides and spirit animals. So I'm starting to, I've been doing working on, strengthening my connection with my spirit guides, trying to meet them and things like that. So I do know who some of my spirit guides are. I think one is my great grandma Sarah. One is my brother Terrence. One is my grandma Linda, my aunt Sharon. I've, physically heard her voice. I know she's near me. And it's so weird because me and my aunt, we have we are connected, and it's just weird. Same thing with my grandma. I told y'all before, I can always tell when somebody needs me or needs comforting because I can sense it. I know who it is, and I don't have to be around them. I don't That's how that works. Um One of my spirit animals is my dog Kojak that I grew up with. We had a very special bond. He was a puppy when I was a baby, and he watched over me a lot. So I had a dream the other day and I saw him. So I know he's one of my spirit animals because I never had a dream about Kojak, and I haven't thought about him in a long time. But I can tell that he's one. And then I also have a black cat that I see. So yeah, please don't think I'm crazy. Again, anybody who went to a spiritual awakening and know exactly what I'm going through, you guys can look this information up. I encourage everybody to go do your own research. Um, yeah, we'll talk about this a lot more. It's just so much to unpack, and I can't do it all in this little video. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and tell y'all about my spiritual awakening and give you a better in-depth look into myself. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Let me know if you ever had a spiritual awakening. Do you agree with what some of the things that I'm saying? Have you had any similar experiences? Yeah, guys. So in case no one's told you today, you are enough just the way you are, with no strings attached. God did not make a mistake when he made you. And if no one told you that you are loved today or that they love you, I love you. So until next time, guys, peace. Love. And blessings. I can't do it because I'm using my phone. My hand used to hold the phone. All right, guys. Until the next one.